going to take Scott's advice and actually drink a lot of water while I'm up here. So, thank you again. Welcome to the Ford Developer Conference. This is super exciting for me, particularly since we've been on this journey for a number of years. And it's going to be fantastic to share with you kind of as we go through. Don and John talked about very high level. What is Smart Device Link? What are we doing inside the vehicle? Well, I'm gonna kind of narrow the funnel a little bit more and show you kind of what this is. So we've talked about it. We're actually going to demo it for you. And then as the day goes on, we'll show you how to develop with it. And by the end of today, you should be fully aware of the things that we're doing. But to provide some background, this is a fantastic poster. It's really a painting. It's from 1925. And this was a slide or a painting that really kind of illustrates Ford Motor Company's vision to open the highways to all mankind. And back in this day, it really was referencing the ability for consumers to buy vehicles and paying employees of Ford Motor Company the $5 a day wage so that they could actually afford a vehicle that would take them cross country. And these were new concepts that were just being introduced during this time. And in many ways, today that highway is not made of asphalt and concrete. It's made of bits and bytes. And as Ford has progressed in this digital age, we want to continue to open the highways to all mankind. And today in particular, we want to open those highways to developers such as yourselves. And so we have with us this concept, right, that starts with implementing technology across all of our vehicles. And starting with, for example, the Ford Fiesta. This is the smallest or one of the smallest vehicles in our lineup, but we still offer the same level of connectivity as we do in our most expensive products. And Ford, in its efforts to open highways to all mankind, we really offer technology to all of our customers. So you don't have to buy the most expensive vehicle in our lineup to get connectivity technology. And that's part of the story that you'll see here today. And in fact, some of the demonstrations that you'll see, the Smart Device Link technology really ranges from very low-end head units to kind of very, very high-end head units. And really, one of the reasons why we're here are these devices, right? These devices are extremely important. So as we talk about developing, for the smartphone or talking about developing for the car, we have a tremendous opportunity. There are 68 million vehicles that were sold globally in 2013. That's a rough estimate of what the development opportunity is, right? So developing for a car, there's 68 million vehicles on the road, or at least that were sold last year, that can actually be used as a platform for developers to bring their technologies into the vehicles. But the reality is a little bit starker, right? Because when you compare vehicle volumes to, for example, the global volumes of smartphones, for example, there were nearly 1 billion smartphones that were sold in 2013. So as a developer, if you want to develop technology, if you want to develop for the automotive industry, are you going to develop for the 68 million units of opportunity that were created? Or would you rather develop for the 978 million smartphones that were brought to market in 2013? And so we understand, right? And so when we talk about Smart Device Link, where the development is focused is going to be on a smartphone platform. Developing for the car itself is even more of a problem. Because when you realize that those 68 million vehicles that are being manufactured, they're being manufactured by various companies, not just Ford, but other automakers. And not all those automakers have the same technologies. So as you start to scale out, you realize that they don't all share the same solution. There's a wide variety of opportunities for developers such as yourselves to try to get into the car. And what we talk about today is trying to standardize that solution for the automotive industry, driven by the automotive industry, so that developers have one solution that brings them into the vehicle. So what is Smart Device Link? We've talked about Smart Device Link a lot today. Smart Device Link is an open source software. It is intended for two audiences. The first is the automotive head unit. The other is the mobile phone. And so with the automotive software we have and the mobile phone SDKs we have, we're allowing automakers, head unit suppliers, app developers to connect to one another in a new and unique way. And so what we'll demonstrate today is the actual ability to take Smart Device Link software and build it on a PC or a Mac. You'll be able to build that software. You'll be able to build an application on a mobile phone. You'll be able to connect those. The great thing about Smart Device Link is we've planned to be agnostic to OS. We've planned to be agnostic to HMI technologies. The idea behind Smart Device Link is that we can run it on any head unit, whether that's Linux or QNX or Green Hills or Mentor, and leverage any of the different HMI frameworks that exist, whether it's WX or Qt or HTML5, whatever unique solution that you're looking to implement, Smart Device Link will allow you to leverage that technology. And we offer software SDKs for Android and iPhones. And the reason we do that is because those are the major global players in terms of smartphone development. But there's no reason, and in fact we have prototypes that has Smart Device Link running on Windows Phone and BlackBerry. And there's a few principles when we talk about Smart Device Link, what the principles behind why Ford developed it and why we released it to the open. And the idea is we want to leverage the immense volume of smartphones globally. As I showed in that chart, there's nearly a billion smart devices that are able to connect to the cloud, if you will. And so we want to leverage that volume. So we're not talking about 68 million units, we're talking about 1 billion units. We also want to leverage the existing apps that you already have on your smart device. And we don't want to reinvent the app delivery mechanism. We're not looking to create a new app store. We don't want to educate customers how they need to download an app to their vehicle or an app to some other device that connects to the car. Really, the idea was to leverage the existing app ecosystems provided by the Googles and Apples of the world so that you can bring this technology in a quick and seamless fashion without having to create a new mechanism for delivery. And we really want to also encourage developers, and the other principle was don't create a new ecosystem for the vehicle or developing specifically for the vehicle in terms of doing embedded C++ development for a vehicle head unit. We wanted people to develop in languages that were more common or people are developing against, right? Which is the Objective-Cs of the world or the Javas of the world for Android. So no need to learn the complex embedded languages that exist in some of our in-vehicle infotainment systems. So when we talk about Smart Device Link, we're really trying to drive an automotive industry standard as it relates to being phone and phone OS agnostic. And there's a bunch of advantages that we believe Smart Device Link brings to automotive suppliers as well as app developers. And the idea is that you get to control your HMI and branding with Smart Device Link. And so one of the demos that we'll provide to you today actually shows that with Smart Device Link, you can build your own HMI, and it looks like what you want it to look like inside the vehicle. So it's not dictated or driven by what the phone manufacturer or the phone OS provider wants you to show inside the car. It's up to you. And it's up to the automotive supplier or the automotive company to deliver what their HMI branding is going to be. And that's very important as an automaker. We want to make sure that we retain that experience inside of the vehicle. We want our HMI to be unique to Ford. We don't want our HMI or the linking technology or the solution that we offer to our customers to look the same across every single vehicle manufacturer around the world. The other thing Smart Device Link enables is individualized and personalized control of vehicle data. So in addition to offering vehicle data to developers, we can actually have the user control what vehicle data they'll allow to provide to an application. And that's all built into the software as it stands today. There's a tremendous amount of flexibility in Smart Device Link to deliver branded applications. So you can create in Smart Device Link, you can work with a single third party to bring a solution like Pandora or Spotify which is a single app that represents a single experience inside of the vehicle, or you can develop one app. Ford app, for example, that would represent many applications inside the vehicle, all using the Smart Device Link software. So your customer inside the vehicle downloads one app, and that may represent many inside of your vehicle head unit. And that's all built into the solution as it stands today. The other thing Smart Device Link includes is a broad and global ecosystem. We have partners in North America, South America, Europe, China, Australia, a number of app providers that are already developing with the solution and bringing apps to markets that Ford supports. And again, this is really important because starting down the Smart Device Link path today shows you that there is, in fact, people working with it. To dig down a little bit further, what is actually Smart Device Link? Smart Device Link is a set of reusable and standard APIs. Those APIs, or application programming interfaces, connect in-vehicle resources that a vehicle has, things like buttons, the display, vehicle data, text-to-speech, voice recognition, the microphone, the speakers, the basic resources that exist inside of a vehicle, we connect those to an API. And those APIs are then extended by the mobile phone SDK that we also offer in the Smart Device Link solution. And as we talked about today, and you'll hear maybe the Ford team use interchangeably, Applink is Ford's version of Smart Device Link technology. And the really important piece for us is that Smart Device Link allows apps to look and feel and act like they're a part of the vehicle, that they're integrated into the vehicle, and they look like part of the vehicle infotainment system, and not, for example, look like a phone. We don't want the experiences to be disjointed. We want them to feel and look and act integrated, and Smart Device Link offers that capability. So what is the step-by-step concept behind Smart Device Link? Well, the first step is really you have to connect the head unit and the smartphone. And to do that, we can leverage two technologies. We can leverage Bluetooth, which is very common in in-vehicle head units today, or we can leverage USB. Once the car and the phone are connected, once the user has connected them, the application can make requests to the vehicle, and the vehicle is going to respond to those requests. Those requests and responses, as we'll go into later today in the SDK portions, are remote procedure calls. Those remote procedure calls are going to make the application look and feel like it's part of the vehicle system. And all of the business logic that exists for an application is going to reside on the mobile phone. No business logic is going to exist on the head unit. Everything is going to be run on the mobile phone itself. Anytime the user interacts with their vehicle, whether that's touching the touch screen inside of the car or pressing a steering wheel control or issuing a voice command, the vehicle is going to notify the phone that says, hey, an event happened, a notification has happened, and the application can take that notification and then respond to it. They'll issue another request to the vehicle so that the vehicle then can change its state, can modify what the screen says, can change the stream of music, whatever the unique instance is, whatever the user initiated. And so in order to demonstrate this, I'll actually ask Kevin Burdett, who's one of our product development engineers, to demonstrate Smart Device Link with an actual phone and application. And we'll switch over to the other monitor and give you a live demo of what Smart Device Link looks like.
Well, that was unfortunate. Oh. Technical difficulties, you guys. All right. Is that coming up? There we are. All right, so this is our example HMI that's provided with the Smart Device Link code. Which obviously looks like my Ford Touch. So what I have here is I have an example app that Ford wrote, And what you're going to do is you're going to hit the I, change devices. This is obviously named Nexus 5 because it is a Nexus 5. Streaming radio player is the app that we created. And it's not loading any RPCs. Yeah.
It's the wonderful thing about doing live demos, right? Is that sometimes they
yeah, you can go ahead and do
don't
this
work.
and come back to me.
There's more. So we'll get this squared away here, and we'll actually give you a demonstration of that here in a second. I'll just have Kevin here. The great thing about Smart Device Link is that the software is actually available to you today. So it is available. It's online. You can actually go to the Geneva website, projects.geneva.org, and download the software. And actually, in the next track, Kevin will demonstrate actually building the software from scratch. So using a Linux VM, you're actually able to build the software that Kevin has working here today. And if you have a mobile device, we'll actually later in the day give you an application that you can simply download, build for your platform, and actually connect to the Smart Device Link instance that's running in your VM. So why this is important, right? As we've been talking about all day today, this software, which is part of our in-vehicle head units, is available online today. There's no secret about what we're doing or how things work. The version that's available to you online is the version that's going to be in all of our future head units that are equipped with Applink. So the software that we are using, right, that exists inside of our vehicles today is actually publicly available online. That's extraordinarily rare for an auto company to come out and say that the software that they use is available to anybody, including other automotive manufacturers or automotive suppliers. That's a very important distinction about how we operate and how we want to operate in the future. So, kind of bridging the gap between what exists today, what Smart Device Link is, and how that fits in with Ford's connectivity strategy. You heard Don mention earlier, Ford's connectivity strategy is based on 3 pillars. It's based on a built-in pillar, a brought-in pillar, and a beamed-in pillar. Smart Device Link and Applink allows us to take a built-in component, the actual in-vehicle head unit, the software that Kevin will demonstrate here in a second, and take a brought-in component that's on a mobile device, and connect those two together, and then take data that is beamed in from the cloud to the mobile device and create an experience that we've talked about, similar to the experience that John Ellis had highlighted in his presentation about taking existing pieces of data, existing services that exist in the cloud, and connect those together to bring an in-vehicle experience. One of Ford's connectivity options is the sync system. And so you've heard maybe reference to the Ford Sync. Ford Sync is Ford's solution for hands-free, for example, hands-free calling connectivity, controlling media player USB devices inside your vehicle. One of the features of Sync is Sync Applink, and Sync Applink is Ford's implementation of Smart Device Link inside of our vehicles. And using hands-free, voice-controlled activation of these features inside of the vehicle is a key part of Ford's connectivity strategy. So to kind of dive down a little bit deeper into what Sync Applink is, Sync Applink is the same concept that we've been talking about today. We've been talking about how applications created for our vehicles, they are equipped to take command and control from the vehicle interface itself and transfer that to the head unit instead of using the mobile device. So a driver is able to keep their hands on the wheel, their eyes on the road, and once the phone and the vehicle connect and the application connects and is selected by the user, we actually go ahead and we lock out the device. We try to discourage use of the device itself, and we then transfer control to steering wheel buttons that exist inside of the car, voice commands. We leverage the buttons or the touchscreen that exists on the cluster and on the instrument panel inside the vehicle, so that a user uses very large buttons, a very large screen, and isn't tempted to pick up their device to try to use something on an application. Applink, again, Ford's solution of Smart Device Link, has, as I mentioned, a number of global partners that already are delivering apps in various markets around the world. As I mentioned, we have partnerships with app providers here in North America, in Europe, in China, and Australia. This is part of the existing ecosystem, and the ecosystem continues to grow. So app developers are currently using Applink and Smart Device Link, whether they know it or not, and it comes from our developer website. And that's really the reason we're here today. And so the developer website, as we build it, allows new developers, existing partners of ours, to download software directly to their computers and deliver an expanded or an extended experience of their application for our vehicles. And the goal is that they'll be able to do that for Smart Device Link as well. I think that's a very important thing, is that as part of our journey down Smart Device Link and the ecosystem we've built today, the idea is to take what is the Ford Developer Program website and expand that to a Smart Device Link developer ecosystem. And Ford is committed to making sure that that happens. So as part of this journey with developers, and why we're speaking with you all today, is we want to create not only Applink-enabled applications for Ford vehicles, we also want to create Smart Device Link applications that are available for all vehicles. Part of our ecosystem, and part of what we'll talk about at the end of the session in track 6, is how or why our ecosystem, or why we believe it works. Again, the idea is to innovate based on the platform and the APIs that we have today. And so this slide is really meant to highlight some of the things that can happen, or some of the categories of applications that can be delivered using Applink and using the Smart Device Link APIs. Applications that provide communication services, applications that provide location-based service functionality, applications that help you be a better driver. We have a lot of entertainment and information applications that provide up-to-date information or entertainment, streaming music, streaming news, spoken word into the vehicle. And the great thing about Applink and Smart Device Link is that when a new provider of content is available globally, we're able to work with those partners. They can come directly to the Ford Developer Program. They can come directly to the website and get all the necessary information to bring their application into our vehicles. Again, we'll talk about that later today. How you doing?
Bluetooth is completely dead.
The same principles around Smart Device Link apply to Applink, apply to Ford's solution inside of the vehicle. We leverage the immensely large number of smartphones globally. So we have a significant amount, we leverage the significant amount of smartphones that are in existence today. We use the apps that are already on a customer smartphone. So Ford has no need to develop a new app store. And we don't want anyone else that joins us on the Smart Device Link path to need to develop a new app store. You can, and you're more than welcome to, and that is completely and totally okay. But there's no need to reinvent the wheel when it comes to distribution of applications for a given smartphone. We're, again, extending the phone ecosystem instead of building specifically for vehicle head units. So to deliver an application for Ford and for Ford systems, what we're doing is not building for the specific vehicle head unit, but you're building for the mobile phone. You're building software for the mobile phone, and bringing that and extending that experience into the car and using traditional methods to connect to a vehicle to bring those things to market. Now, kind of tying the loop, and really what we're trying to say and kind of commit to here today. Smart Device Link is Applink. They are the same thing, and we use the term at Ford interchangeably. Applink is Ford's implementation of Smart Device Link. And so when we talk about developing for Applink or Smart Device Link, you are in fact developing for the same thing. And Ford is going to continue to develop and support Smart Device Link in future Ford head units. And we will work with our app partners globally, all of the app icons in the various markets and regions of the world, to adopt Smart Device Link for their applications. So that's a pretty big commitment. We are saying that the software that is available in Open today, that you can download yourself to your computer right now, is the same software that will be available inside of our vehicle head units today. The other thing that we will say, which is also very unique for an automaker, is that we will collaborate with other automotive manufacturers and suppliers looking to adopt Smart Device Link. We want to help build what is an automotive standard for how applications should connect and look and feel inside of the vehicle. That's very important. We don't want to leave you on an island and say, well, here's the source code, go with it. We actually want to collaborate. We want to work with you. We would love to show you how to do things with Smart Device Link and how to implement the experiences that you want to kind of build inside of the vehicle. And so as part of that commitment overall to Smart Device Link and to proving to you that Smart Device Link is Applink, we'll actually show that here in a second. So today, we're proud to announce that Pateo becomes our first Chinese partner to publicly demonstrate Smart Device Link on their infotainment system. So we will show you an application that was written and created for Applink in China, connecting to a Pateo head unit inside and creating, using the same software that's available in the Open today, a system that leverages and shows how Applink and Smart Device Link are in fact the same thing. And show you that despite Smart Device Link looking and feeling like a Ford system, it is in fact adaptable to other HMI. It is adaptable to other platforms. And it is adaptable to applications that exist outside of Ford's ecosystem. So with that, I'd like to introduce Xiaoling Xiao from our Ford China team, as well as William Lai from Pateo China. I'm hoping this demonstration goes better than the last one. We will demonstrate and show a few applications. They are Chinese-based applications. We will highlight how the application works and operates on the Ford system. And then we will take that same application and same device and plug it into the Pateo system. And you'll see how the software kind of seamlessly transitions and works in both implementations.
Thank you, Julius. So I'm going to demo a program called QQ Music. This is a music application developed by Tencent from China. They have a few 100 million users in China. It's very popular. The application is run on the iPhone. Once I connect the iPhone to our TDK, so once it's connected, and the screen will be locked, and a Ford logo will display on the phone. So there's two mechanisms to control the phone, the application on the phone. One, by the press button on the Ford vehicle, or another way is to use voice command. So I will use both of them. You see, currently the the lock screen display a Ford logo and QQ Music logo on the screen. Unfortunately, the application is in Chinese, so I will have to speak Chinese as well. So if I press the button, the music will.
请选择曲调播放的歌单。
So it asks me to choose which playlist I want. Select the first one. And I also can use voice command to control the application.
请说一个指令。
下一首 I
下一首。
So I ask it to play the next song. Right? So that's how Applink, I can control the QQ music on the iPhone, use Applink within a Ford vehicle. Now I will ask our friend from Patel to demonstrate the same application, use SDL on their head unit.
Thank you very much. And my name is William. I'm from Patel, China. Patel is the domestic tier 1 supplier in China. And thanks for. And we have integrated the SDL application in our latest IVI. It will be launched at the end of this year. As you can see that screen, it's very clear. When your hands move closer, the menu will pop up. You can see different types of. Here, click here, it supports SDL. As you know, that QQ has been set up. The connection has been set up. And if you want to play the music, logo. Also, this IVI supports voice recognition and the system control. And you don't even have to touch the screen or even touch the bottom of the screen wheel. I can try it. 你好，语音助理。下一首。And stick to the next song. I just said hello Ivoca. Our device named Ivoca. So I just use my voice to activate the system and ask him to stick to next song. It's very and also you have the song has been sorted according to your different tags. Here, for example, William. My name is William. It's my it's my name. And also, if you want to control the volume here, yes, it's very here. And if you want to change the level wallpaper, just press here. And also it change according to your activity when you're driving, change when you are your mood or your, yes, such kind of things. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, William and Xiaoling. Appreciate it. So, again, taking a look at Smart Device Link and Applink, and how we've implemented it on a 4-inch non-touch display, but with voice controls and voice commands. That same application logic, the same SDK from QQ Music as was demonstrated, connects to an SDL implementation on an entirely brand new head unit that hasn't been seen aside from the people in this room. So this is the first demonstration of this head unit that's occurred anywhere in the world. So consider yourselves lucky to see that particular IVI system that actually equipped with Smart Device Link. And I think we have the actual Smart Device Link demonstration here back up and running. So I'm going to throw it back to Kevin to give you an idea of what we have here.
All right, so once this comes up, I'm going to show you the repercussions of trying to demo with a VM at a developer conference. So it's finally loaded. Obviously I pressed the I, the app is finally there, the app icon actually loaded this time, and you press it and it will actually start playing according to what the app wants. This is an example of how many additional pieces you can have when you have a feature-rich display. So compared to the Gen 1.1 TDK you saw over there, you have way more pieces on the screen that you can play with as an app. And then this app has different stations. So I'm going to press Sneaky, and it plays Secret Agent music. And then obviously, these will actually all work. And they all send notifications back to the phone, so the phone knows to pause, play, skip to the next track, change stations. We also have other different looking pieces of our HMI. This is an example of what a settings menu would look like. And this is all stuff I'll cover in a later session, show you how to build it and how this actually works.
So the important part of seeing this is that while the HMI that's displayed and is included in Smart Device Link, the HTML-based UI is based on the MyFord Touch and the Sync UI. The software does come with a Qt-based HMI that is completely agnostic. It's something we picked out of thin air to show developers that you can actually create whatever HMI you want. And you saw the Pateo demo, and we'll actually have that off to the side during some downtime if you want to see that system up close and how that operates. But you'll see that the Smart Device Link software that Kevin will go through in the next session can actually be used to connect and be modified with a different HMI. So that as a automotive supplier or as an app developer, you can create and customize how this actually looks and feels inside of the vehicle, and it's not based on a phone specific or OS specific implementation or solution. So with that said, that concludes the first track. There are a couple of announcements that I think John Ellis would like to make prior to lunch. So I'll throw it over to John, and thank you very much.